Welcome back to the Tool Crib. Today we're going to be looking at a multi-tool that is a little bit different than what I've ever seen before. So this, I want to say up front, first of all, this is more of a novelty item. This is not something that you're going to consider a super high quality. This cost me $16.99 before taxes. Now, where I found this, I went to my local smoke shop and I was actually looking for a particular Zippo when I ran across this thing, and obviously because it's multi-tool based, it really caught my eye. Now, I've never heard of this company before, but this is made by a company called New Spark. They're a Chinese manufacturer, and really, again, this is more of a novelty item, but I like the concept behind this thing, and so I wanted to pick it up and show it to you guys. So, interestingly enough, they don't give a list of country of origin or anything on here. I actually had to go on the internet to look this company up to see what this was all about. I'd never heard of them before. It's not something that, they're definitely not mainstream in any way, shape, or form, but nonetheless. So let's get into this particular lighter multi-tool combination. I want to show you what all it has and if it's actually capable of anything. So what you get in the package with this knife is you get the multi-tool and then you get the little micro USB charger, and that is how your lighter is charged. So we'll set that to the side. Now I'm going to bring in the Victorinox compact, so we're going to set it beside a real Victorinox knife. Actually, it was kind of moving in this orientation. So the overall size, you kind of get an idea. It's a little bit shorter than what you're going to get with the 93 millimeters, and it's more in the range of a 3-layer knife as far as the width goes. So this thing measures, let's check it out. It is 3¼ inches long, just slightly over that, and it is about 5/8 of an inch thick. So about in that 3-layer Victorinox range. Now, obviously, it's not going to be the same quality on the implements as you're going to get in something like the Victorinox. So let's check out the knife blade on this one first. Now, I actually tried this a little while ago just to see if it had a decent enough edge, and it wasn't bad. It really, as a matter of fact, let me bring in what I was cutting on here. I had a little package here that I was trying it out on. Well, first let's do it with the compact. You can kind of see compact. Victorinox knives are not the greatest, but they do can maintain a decent enough edge. They're a little bit soft on the steel, but you can see that as far as the knife goes, this little Chinese knockoff is really kind of holding its own with the Victorinox. Now, is that to say that it would last over time? I highly doubt that. But nonetheless, you get an idea of what the knife is and what it'll do. So let's check out the length on that knife blade. I think it's right at 2 inches, maybe slightly more. No, it looks like it's almost exactly 2 inches long. So a decent enough little carry blade that comes with it. Now on the other side, we have a little combo tool. And the reason I brought the compact out is because the compact uses a similar 4-in-1 tool that other Victorinox knives that have a different style can opener. So anyway, on the compact you have a bottle cap lifter, can opener, screwdriver, and wire stripper. Now on this Chinese kind of, I don't even know how to say it. I mean, they're a little different because they're really not trying to be a multi-tool. It's more of a lighter / multi-tool instead of a multi-tool / lighter or whatever. But nonetheless, it comes with a bit of a rounded screwdriver. You can see that's not real sharp edges, and it's just a bottle cap lifter. Doesn't have a cut edge here to be a can opener, so it's just a bottle cap lifter. But it's similar in style to what you get in the Victorinox. But can you imagine if you had something like this compact and then you had this lighter on there? That would be actually kind of cool. So on the other side, you get a corkscrew. I think this would have been better for even as a novelty if they'd had a little Phillips driver in there instead. But nonetheless, so the way the lighter works is on this side, and first of all, you have the micro USB charging port here with a little LED indicator, so when you're charging it. Now, it came with a decent amount of charge. I have no idea how long it takes to charge it or how long it'll hold a charge for because I just picked this up. So to operate this, you'll take the scale and you just slide it down, and that exposes the little coil. You can see that little coil gets red hot very quickly. Now, because of how this lighter is designed, this is really only good for people who smoke cigarettes. You're not going to be able to light cigars with it. You're obviously not going to be able to light pipes with it. In a little emergency situation, I imagine you could get some paper going. Can see that thing's starting to smoke up, but it's really for cigarettes, really for getting cigarettes lit off, and doesn't really produce a flame. So that's kind of, I like the concept behind it, but I think it would have been better had they been able to integrate something like a soft flame butane insert here, as opposed to this little electric one. But I understand kind of why they wouldn't. Now, they don't really list what the materials are on here. There's really no markings. It doesn't even say the country of origin. So nothing to tell you what the mark or what the materials are in here. But this is more of a soft, it almost has a rubbery feel to it for that grip. And the reason that they can't put in something like a soft flame insert is because you have a flame right next to plastic. It's not going to work out too well. So I understand why they have what they have in here. But nonetheless, I just thought it was interesting how they integrated a lighter into basically a knockoff Victorinox knife. And maybe Victorinox could come up with something like that. They're always, adding in hit things here and there. They've come out with, normally with stuff like this, with these novelty things, normally this would be like a flashlight instead of a lighter. This is the first time I've ever seen a lighter integrated into a multi-tool or a multi-tool knockoff of Victorinox knockoff. It's very pocketable and very carryable because of the size. I mean, comparing it to that compact. So if something like this was done better, this could really be something. It really could. Now, this particular one cost me, I think it was $16.99 is what was on the box. So it's not uber expensive, but I really don't even know where you pick these up. I tried doing a search to see where you might be able to find one, and I can't find one. This is going to be kind of just a sit on the desk and, a conversation striker. More than anything, because I realize what it is and where it comes from, and it's probably not going to hold up that great. But nonetheless, the concept behind this really, really intrigued me. Well, this has been a look at the new Spark, and honestly, I don't even know what the model number is on there because there's no indication on the paperwork what this even is as far as the model number. But nonetheless, our little lighter multi-tool, we'll call it. My name is Ben. You've been watching the Texas Tool Crib. I appreciate your views, and I will see you in the next one.